Did you know one of the biggest albums of the 2000s actually went missing before anybody ever got to hear it? And that same album that no one's ever heard actually gave way to one of the biggest stars and songs of the 2000s. And at the same time, kind of proved this guy right. Now, if you're a millennial watching this right now, your early 2000s memories are almost single-handedly soundtracked by this guy. You Remind Me, You Got It Bad, You Don't Have to Call. But what if I were to tell you that all those memories he got wouldn't have even sounded like that if this missing album had actually made its way out into the world? Because way back in the fall of 2000, Usher was fast at work on a new project readying to release called All About You. This entire album was so close to being done that Usher and his label had actually serviced a promotional single to radio off the album to promote its release. But before the official drop, 7 of the album's songs leaked onto the internet via a brand new file sharing program known as Napster. We should have listened, buddy. So Usher decides to scrap this entire project and start over with buddies like Jermaine Dupri and others, and eventually create what would become 8701, releasing almost 9 months later in the summer of 2001 from All About You's original release date of fall 2000. But that's not even the craziest part. One of the songs that Usher had recorded for All About You was called Just a Friend. Sound familiar? With the original album scrapped, the song had no home until it found one when it landed with a 15-year-old Baltimore singer named Mario. And if you watched even one episode of 106 in Park during the summer of 2002, I don't need to tell you, the rest is history. Just a Friend would become Mario's big breakout single of 2002 and launch him 3 years later to the top spot of the Billboard Hot 100 with the #1 hit song off Turning Point, Let Me Love You, and eventually becoming one of the biggest stars of the decade. So if that fateful Usher album way back in 2000 hadn't gone missing, if we had listened to Uncle Lars, we may have never gotten one of the biggest stars of the decade and one of the biggest #1 hits in Billboard history. You like stories like this? Follow for more.